Hi, team. I'm Fitz, one of your race announcers and host of the Quad City Marathon Show. We are so excited. We got race weekend this weekend. We'll be in Moline, Illinois, September 24th and 25th. In fact, we're actually kicking off the weekend really soon, but we're thrilled to have you. If you've registered already, then hooray. We're stoked to see you. We have so much fun planned. And if you haven't registered already, what are you waiting for? Dingalings, you gotta get busy. Go to qcmarathon.org. I've got my discount code there so you can save a little money, but you're gonna see as we go through all the details of our weekend tonight that this is an investment well worth any penny, any price you pay. And we have a lot of fun in store. I'm actually totally, like, in a good way, appalled by the amount of swag they're giving everybody. Who does that? I guess Quad City Marathon does. But I'm going to stay brief here. I see many of you are joining us, and I'm super excited to see you. Use the comment section wherever you are. If you have a question, ask. If you have a comment, share it. And as it's relevant, I will bring them in, and our experts will answer your questions. So I'm going to start by inviting my co-announcer, the one and only Mr. Creigh. Hey, Creigh.
Fitz, so nice to be here. I really think this is uniquely different. It's something we haven't done for the Quad Cities Marathon ever. So you are hitting a home run right out even before the event starts. So I'm glad to be a part of this.
Yeah, I'm so excited to work with you, Creigh. Are you going to be wearing your tight white pants this weekend?
It's highly probable, Fitz. You know, that's a bit of a signature, although I know it's past, the approved time. But no, for me, there's no approved time.
I'm saying it's mandatory that Creigh wears the tight white pants. If not, I might storm off the stage and go home.
No, don't do that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Just make sure they're ready. All right. And now the real stars of the show, the folks who make the Quad City Marathon happen 365 days a year. They kill themselves to make this week/weekend great. Miss Witty and Mr. Joe. Hi, team.
Hey, guys.
Hello.
Are you guys excited?
Yes.
We're tired already.
I was just going to ask, that was my next question. Are you exhausted?
Yeah, we're excited, but we're already tired. It's too early to be tired.
Yeah, you've got a little bit.
We're ready for the challenge.
So listen, let's start things off by, just briefly telling folks who you are. I want to know exactly what your role is, how long you've been with the QC Marathon, and tell us what song you would play. If you had to run a marathon, you could only listen to one song over and over and over again. What would it be? Joe Moreno, you start.
Oh, shoot. Well, I don't know what song it'd be, but it'd be something by the Beatles. Something that motivates, something that inspires. I just, everything I do has to have the Beatles. So, but yeah, I've been involved with the marathon since day one, all 25 years.
Oh, really? Did you start the marathon? Is this your baby?
It is my baby.
Wow.
But it's no baby anymore, though.
No, it can drink, right?
Yeah. This is a mature kid. I mean, a naughty kid. A great one.
You know what? I'm actually not surprised to hear you say it's a naughty kid.
No, we just have fun, as you want from any event that you subscribe to or participate in. You just want a good experience, and I think we do that.
Yeah, well, I like that you offer the opportunity to be serious, but from far more of our athletes are just going to come and have some athletic adventure and share some laughs and make some great memories. And that's what it's all about, right?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, Witty, tell us about you, and then tell us about your song.
Let's hear. I've been involved with the marathon, I think, for 9 years. And so I'm one of the assistant race directors, and then I take care of the expo as well. And I guess any song I would listen to, oh man. I'm a really big fan of LMFAO, so probably party rock. Like, that's just like my jam.
That's a good choice. I love it.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with party rock.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure Creigh is going to go with a hard rap, but tell us about you, Creigh.
Oh, hey. Well, first of all, I don't know how many years I've been with QCM. I think, Joe, maybe 12, 13.
At least.
I was 7 when I started. I was like a child. It was great. Yeah, it's been a long time, and I've seen every form of weather I believe that Moline could offer, and it's always been a successful event. It's always been fun. I always laugh about how wonderful it is. You can walk out of the hotel to the start finish line. That is just the most ridiculous, perfect setting ever. In terms of a song, I don't listen to music when I run. But if I did, I would agree with Joe. I'd want the Beatles, maybe A Hard Day's Night,
Yeah.
that would be my choice.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, I'm Fitz Kohler, and I'm new. This is my very first year at Quad Cities, and I'm pumped. I'm one of the many things I do is professional race announcer. And so I get to gallivant weekend after weekend all the way across the country to announce some of the largest, most iconic running events on planet Earth. I consider myself a race mutt. And the thing that my races have in common is quality. If they're investing in professional race announcers, we know that they have invested in their course. They've invested in beautiful start finish line structures. They have gorgeous medals. They have gorgeous swag. They have all sorts of bells and whistles. And while I think a professional race announcer should be one of those first ingredients, sometimes they really are the cherry on top. And so, I'm absolutely ecstatic to get to Quad City and be a part of, your legacy that you've created. And so many people have ran it and raved about. So coming on in to make some happy noise. Oh, and my song would be probably Get Back by Ludacris.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Yeah. The Beatles play Get Back.
I knew Joe was going to bring it back there. So
yeah. Why do you tease me like that? That's okay.
You know what? We might have that on the playlist. I might work it in, Joe and Creigh, just for you guys. And Party Rock is certainly there, Witty, as you know. So we have a ton of athletes working, and I know they want to hear all about us and our song choices, but let's get moving into the race week. So we're going to kind of go in order, friends. So you can ask those questions as you want, and I'll pull them up as we near those topics. But I would like to go in order as much as possible just to make sure we don't miss anything. So tomorrow night, you guys have the party getting started. Tell us about that, Witty and Joe.
Go ahead.
So tomorrow we have our kickoff party. It's at Bass Street Landing starting at 5:30. We're going to have a food truck there.
A food truck, some kegs of beer on the house, a band. The mayors will all be there. Keep in mind, the Quad Cities Marathon has multiple mayors, multiple cities.
Multiple states.
Multiple states, yeah. But some announcements. A great place at this kickoff party for all the volunteers to show up and get their last minute instructions, get their volunteer shirts, have some refreshments with the sponsors, the race committee, and just have fun, as we kick it off.
Now, is this open to anyone?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Open to the public. Free.
All right. And what's the name of the place again?
Bass Street Landing. Yep.
Great place.
Right on the Mississippi River, right downtown Moline.
You know what? Someone at the dog park today said, they said, is that on the Mississippi? And I said, I'll let you know next week, but I'm going to be able to give that. My geography was lacking this morning. Well, that sounds like a super fun time. I'm sorry I'm going to miss that, but I am coming in on Thursday for a special kind of fun. Tell us about that, Witty.
Yeah, so I have my second annual Witty's Wine Down. So it is for women. And sorry, guys, but so we wear dresses and running shoes. And we're raising money for our Shoes for Kids program, which gives shoes locally to kids who can't afford them. So this year, last year we donated 118 pairs of Under Armour shoes to local kids. And this year we're at over 275 pairs of shoes. So we got to raise some money to pay for those shoes. So that's Thursday from 6:30 to 8 p.m. at Toasted in downtown Davenport. We're doing this along with, so Toasted's one of the sponsors, Fleet Feet, and then the marathon as well. So really good silent auction items, like almost $5,000 worth of silent auction items. So lots of different stuff to bid on. And so yeah, money's going to the Shoes for Kids. And then also we're donating funds to the Pleasant Valley Education Foundation in honor or in memory of one of their athletes who recently passed away, Ian Kaffenberger. So we're also donating money in his honor. He worked at Fleet Feet in the summers, and he's a local runner. So yeah.
Super sweet. So this is tomorrow night. Where's the location again?
So Thursday night at Toasted. It's a restaurant in downtown Davenport.
Now, there's still spots available for registration, correct?
Yes, less than 25 tickets.
And what's the price on tickets?
They're $50. And so right away in your swag bag, you're getting a $25 gift card back for Necker's Jewelers. You're also getting a cool insulated wine glass. So you're actually getting more money in your swag bag than what it actually costs for registration.
Isn't that the benefit of having great partners?
It's unbelievable. Like, it's crazy the amount of stuff that people are just like so giving, like this community, just like, it's crazy. Yeah.
And then people, they do not have to be part of a race in order to come out. So anyone in the community, any woman in a dress with running shoes can come participate.
Yes. Sorry, Joe.
Fitz, I might come in. I'm going to put a wig on and a dress.
You have nice legs.
I might have to shave. Oh, I do.
Why not?
Okay.
Why not? You know what, Joe? I've been trying to grow my beard out for a very long time.
You can send Bubbles. Bubbles can come.
Yeah,
Hey, Fitz,
I know
you're
all
gonna
about
be
your
there.
hair, Fitz. You've been through a lot, so I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Fitz, you're going to be there, right?
Yes, I am. I have to figure out which dress and which pair of running shoes.
What I was just thinking, I mean, I'll put you right on the spot.
Good for it.
You've written a bestseller book. You've got that. They have a silent auction. Are you already engaged in that?
Am I donating a copy of my Noisy Cancer comeback?
Yeah.
Obviously, I am. That's such a good idea, Creigh. And you know what? I actually have
Autograph, especially for that person.
I will do that. And I have an online course, Fixing Your Life with Fitzness, that's due out mid-October. And it's a $300 value, and I'm going to donate that too.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
Cool.
How about that?
That's
And
why I
a
love
DVD.
That's why I love.
Yeah, thanks, Creigh. For sure. I'm happy to, of course. So Witty's Wine Down Thursday night. I will be there. How much wine is it required that we drink, Witty? What's the number?
I mean, it's a wine tasting, so you can try a lot of different wines. But if you aren't a wine person, they actually are launching their fall cocktails. So you could buy a fall cocktail if you wanted. I haven't seen them yet, but I'm sure they're going to be delicious. And then they'll also have a bar if you want to buy a High Noon, or if you want a Pepsi or lemonade, or, you know, whatever. So a lot of different options for everyone, but there will be a wine tasting. And then with like a gorgeous like grazing table for of charcuterie. So
wonderful. And you said the very big word, which is very hard to say sometimes.
I know. I usually just say adult lunchable.
The cheese and the fruit and the stuff. All right. So that's Thursday night. And then what do we have going on Friday?
What are we doing Friday? We're just setting up.
Friday's a setup day. Yeah.
It's kind of nice. I mean, sort of.
Yeah, I don't think it's wrong not to have an expo on Friday. You guys have everything condensed, and it makes Saturday and Sunday a big kapow explosion of fun.
Yeah. We'll be setting up the expo. I'll have vendors coming in. We'll be shutting down like the street at 5 p.m. where the start finish line is. So then we start moving. Yeah, we have the whole street. It's just like controlled chaos.
Yeah.
And what a perfect day for people to fly in. So again, if you've not registered yet, qcmarathon.org, planes, trains, automobile, do whatever it takes to get to us, because we have a lot of fun planned, right? We still have room.
Yes, registration's open until Saturday at 5 p.m.
Okay. All right. So Saturday morning, we do kick things into action. And at 7:30, we start with yoga.
Yes. My friend Emily will be doing yoga and stretching, more focused for runners. So I feel like we don't do a good job of this. So yeah, she's a certified yoga instructor and a runner. So she knows what is needed and what we're lacking. So that's at 7:30, and that'll be right in front at Vibrant Arena. Our arena just changed its name. So it was the Tax Slayer Center, it was the iWireless Center, and it was the Mark, all in like a 25-year span. And they just changed it like September 1st to Vibrant Arena at the Mark.
Okay.
So
Okay.
at Vibrant Arena at the Mark, on the front steps, there's these huge steps that everyone kind of knows where, and it's right by the start finish line. That's where yoga will be. And then we have our shakeout run sponsored by Fleet Feet at 8 a.m. And they have coffee from Dunn Brothers and maybe like some light breakfast. And then the expo opens at 9.
Okay, so let's backtrack a little bit. 7:30 and is yoga. 8 o'clock is the shakeout run. Are they both near the start and finish line? Are they around the same place?
Yeah.
How long do you expect yoga to last?
It should go right up to about the shakeout run, probably like 25 minutes.
Okay, and Chad Elligood wants to know, do they need to bring their own yoga mat?
Yes. Okay. But maybe in the future, I would love to have a yoga studio sponsor that, and they could promote their studio and then provide mats, so then people don't have to walk around with them.
Yeah.
You know what? I bet you could probably get a yoga studio involved, like make a few calls, or the local gym. Everyone's got mats, but yeah, that's a good question. Sometimes it's just a towel in the grass works well.
I mean, we have people that don't even come with mats. I mean, so, whatever.
All right. So we're going to get about 25 minutes worth of yoga. People do not have to sign up. No registration, no fee. It's just come and stretch.
Yep.
Okay. Do they have to say namaste?
I think she does do that at the end, which I'm fine with.
Sometimes that's a deal breaker for me. Creigh, what about you?
Hey, look, I think yoga is important, and I've been a real fan of stretching, sort of, but I really like the shakeout run, because if Witty, is it still the out and back?
Probably, yeah. Along the river.
It's so mellow and it's so nice, and some people are walking it. Some people are running it. Some people are, but there's like little mini groups go, and I did it, and I really enjoyed it. I mean, I didn't try to run hard. I didn't have to contend with Joe trying to out sprint me or anything. So, I really enjoyed it, and I think Fleet Feet does a great job with that. And I just think it's a great way to kick off the weekend, whether you're stretching or doing yoga or both, and then just kind of get out there and do a nice mellow shakeout run. It's awesome.
Yeah, and for folks who've never done a shakeout run before, and let's say it's your first marathon or half marathon on Sunday, it really is pressure free. You go at your pace. If you want to walk, fine. I think it's a great opportunity to just meet some of the other athletes, and I go super slow. I'm not someone who wants to exert too much energy before a big race, but I like to participate. So, come. And if you only want to go out half a mile and come back, make it a 1 mile complete, fine. Who cares? Nobody's judging you. Right, Joe?
No judgment.
Right.
And then you get the refreshment.
So
then you get first shot at the refreshments.
Okay, you shake out for the snacks. I like that. It's Creigh's strategy. All right, so shakeout run, and then 9 o'clock, the Active Endeavors Health and Fitness Expo open. So tell us what to expect at the Health and Fitness Expo.
Yeah, so they'll come in. We have vendors all set up, and then this is where you'll pick up your packet. Or if you want to change your distance, if you want to bump down, if you want to bump up, you can do that at our packet pickup at our solutions table. I've gotten a lot of emails and Facebook messages and questions saying, hey, I need to bump down. Hey, let's be honest, everyone wants to bump down. No one's bumping up, at least not at this point.
But with the forecast,
the forecast is there could be someone who's like, it's looking great.
What does the weather look like?
It's going to be like a high of like 70, and that's like, at like 3 p.m. So it's going to be like 50 in the morning.
Yep.
Yeah, Witty and Joe. I mean, I've been, I'm like every other runner on the planet. I start looking at the weather 10 days out. whether I
Yeah.
have an event in between or not, which I did.
Yeah.
And I was going, oh, this is not looking good. This is not looking good. This is looking great. Then it just fell right into place. And it's what we call no excuse weather.
Yeah, it was 96 here today, and it was disgusting.
Yeah.
It's a race director's dream come true, this
Mhm.
weather that we're going to have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm really happy for everybody and the runners, but just as as the native Floridian in the group, 50 degrees is terrifying, but I will manage it.
We'll get a hoodie for you.
I will bundle up, please, and thank you in advance. So you have a ton of booths at the expo. What kind of things can people expect, especially the people bringing their credit card that are eager to shop?
Yeah, so we'll have some QC merchandise with our new logo. So like this hat.
Yes, I love the trucker.
So cute. This hat, visor, also very cute. So yeah, we'll have a ton of merchandise with all of our new logo on it. What else for other vendors? I have therapy dogs at my expo. It's probably one of the more popular booths. People literally just want to pet dogs. It's stressful. People are nervous, people are anxious, or people just love dogs, one of the two. So they're probably, definitely one of the more popular booths. A lot of our sponsors have booths as well. So check out Palmer or Rock Valley. They'll all be there. We're going to have massage this year, so you can get a massage. What else? We have
The pump and run.
the pump and run will be going on. So if you signed up for the pump run, that will be going on at the same time as the expo. So you'll be curling, benching.
Yeah, can you pause for a second and explain the pump and run? Because this is super unique and very interesting.
So, Fitz, when I did Flying Pig Marathon many years ago, I was at the expo and I couldn't believe what's going on. Why are they lifting weights? This is a running event. What's going on over there? So I went and checked it out, and I participated. I signed up there on the spot, and I did really well.
I mean, look at this guy's guns.
No, right. But it helps if you're old like me, because what the pump and run is, it's a different division. You're still, if you sign up for the pump and run, you're still eligible for the traditional basic awards, straight up in the 5K, half marathon, marathon, whatever. But if you sign up for the pump and run, what that does is it gives you another opportunity for another award. And on Saturday at the expo, you will be weighed in. There's a chart, and depending on your weight and your age division, that will determine how much you're going to curl and how much you're going to bench. And it's just a fraction of your body weight. It's not a lot of weight. It's all about how many reps can you do. So let's say you have to bench and curl certain weights, and then you did, let's say, 25 curls, and you ended up doing 25 benches. That's a total of 50 reps. For the 5K, if you participate in the 5K on Sunday and you did the pump and run on Saturday, you will get, in that example, you did 50 reps. You're going to get 10 seconds off of every rep for the 5K. And if you do the half marathon, you're going to get 20 seconds off of every rep in the half marathon. And if you're doing the marathon, and let's say you did that example, 50 reps, you're going to get 30 seconds for every rep. In that case, it's 50. So you'd get 25 minutes off of your marathon time deducted. So that's how it works.
And so that's a separate category of awards?
Yes.
Wow. And then are the awards good? What you got for awards?
They're huge, great big finishers. Well, not a finisher's medal. It's an award, but it's a medal, and it's like a finisher's medal, but it's a pump and run medal, and it tells you whether it's the 5K, the marathon, the half marathon. But the idea is, it's very cool. It's very different, very unique, because it requires a lot of fitness equipment. A lot of teamwork with a good team that's weighing you in, telling you how to do it. And once you get started, let's say you're doing the curls, you can't just stop and rest. You have to keep going till you can't do any more. And then you get a 5-minute break, and they have the weight bench ready to go, and you start benching on that. Again, you can't stop until you keep going. And when I did it, it was so cool, Fitz, because you're in this unique environment. You don't know anybody there. I didn't know anybody in Cincinnati. And all these people around you are rooting you on. They're all yelling at the top of their lungs, 48, 49. They're pushing. They want you to squeeze another one. And it was so cool. And you find that here at ours. But it's just it targets those people that are into physical fitness. They're they're gym rats.
Yeah.
They call themselves that, so I guess I could call them that. But they're just physical fitness buffs that aren't so much into running, but they're into fitness and lifting weights, and it entices them.
Well, I love it. I mean, I'm actually a highly credentialed fitness expert, and the thing I'm always trying to get runners to do is, work on the other 3 pillars of fitness. So there's cardio, but there's also strength, flexibility, and balance. And without all 4, you don't even qualify as fit. You could be a marathon runner, and if you can't do 5 push-ups or touch your toes, you may not even qualify as a fit person. So it's actually pretty cool that you're doing that. You might want to throw in the step and reach and the stand on 1 foot contest. It's just a little suggestion, but I love it. Yeah.
Okay.
Super cool. Very cool way to offer an opportunity to the more well-rounded athletes, right?
Right.
Okay, so at the expo, we also have speaker series.
Yep, so we'll have our speaker series starting at noon. So we have you speaking. We have one of our committee members, Mike, to talk about our PACE team. So we also have a pacer booth. So you can meet all your pacers, for which we have, like, I'm not gonna lie, the best pacers ever. And they'll be carrying these little signs while they run. So then you can find them. So they'll be lining up at the starting line Sunday morning. Find your little person. They'll get you to the finish line.
Marathon and half.
Marathon and half. So, yep.
Yeah, and a reminder for the new people, and I always like to cater to someone who's never run any event before. A pacer is someone that is committed to doing a distance in a particular amount of time. Now, if you've prepared in advance, if your body's ready for that time, you don't have to sign up for this. There's no form to fill out. There's no payment. You just find the pacer holding, a full marathon in 5 hours. You just go stand next to that person, and then they'll kind of take you on a tour of the city. They will run with you. Quite often, they're very friendly and charismatic. They tell stories. They've got enough wind to be able to have a conversation while running or walking at your pace. They'll take, guide you to the water stations, and it's just a really nice way to do things. My strategy for dealing with pacers is usually I try to run in front of them, like they're chasing me. Makes sense. Yeah, but pacers are great, and I have heard that you have incredible events, folks. On the website, if you go to qcmarathon.org, on top it's race weekend, then you click schedule of events. Halfway down the page, you'll see a button that says speaker series. 1:00 is the Marathon Whisperer, Coach Denise Suriel at 1:30, 100-mile treadmill world record holder Taggart Van Eaton. 2 p.m. the QCM pace team at 2. Oh, this is old.
I was
last-
like, this seems old. Yeah.
Mhm.
Go on the
All right.
app. The app is right. Yeah.
It's going to be great. Go on the app. Okay. What is the app? Let's talk about that.
Yeah. So we have a marathon app. These are my kids right now.
Okay.
So yeah, our app has everything that you need to know. It's pretty much our website in a very, very small, condensed version. So it has all of our events. You can register from it if you haven't registered yet. It talks about our schedule of events. It talks about where everything is. Let me see here. What else? This is how you can track your friends and family. So even if you aren't running, we load everyone's bib numbers into this app, the timing app, and then you'll get notifications as they hit certain timing mats along the course. So that's just for the half and the full, and then the relay as well, not the 5K. I mean, they're going out and back, so they should be back
in an hour at the most, I would say.
Yeah.
So I don't think you really need to track them. It talks about where to park. It gives some information about our elite runners, spectator information, like good spots to go. Let me see here. What else? Yeah, pretty much anything and everything that you need to know.
And so Android and Apple,
Yes.
and they just search Quad City Marathon and they'll find your app.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Fantastic.
I just want to mention, I want to mention something about that tracking app. We often, as announcers, if spectators can get to us, they're often asking us, hey, do you know where somebody is? Because they don't know how this works. And it's so easy just to say, go on the app. It's free. You can track your person. You find out where they are and go, oh, yeah, cool. And that's it. So anybody that's listening, tell your friends about the app too, because sometimes they just don't know about it.
Yeah. And then does a runner have to give permission to other people to follow them? Because some apps require that. Do you know?
Sometimes I don't know if this one does, because
This
I
one
think
doesn't.
like if you go in and say like you have to approve it or something, maybe, but I think it automatically like allows that currently.
It does.
Okay.
It does, because a lot of these apps, you have to give permission just to, to have your information. But anyway, the benefit of the app is also you can kind of find out where the top athletes are at any one time. And that's, and you have an amazing elite athlete manager and has done a great job. And I'll just make a prediction. We haven't gotten there yet, but I'm just going to say it. That marathon record for the men and possibly for the women, high risk. He's done a great job to bring these people in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And with the forecast, again, Creigh, it could be going down this year.
I think both are really threatened.
Yeah.
Legit. Yeah.
Well,
Okay. Sorry. I got Fitz.
No, we're
Take it
getting off
away.
the subject, but I will tell you that the course record holders and past champions are coming. So it should be a great race.
It should be awesome.
Hey, I love hot competition. My favorites are the back of the pack. I will not lie. My favorites are like the back 50%. Those are where the fun people are, where the lives get changed. But it's exciting to see records go down and speedy competition. Okay, so backtracking just a little bit, folks, look on the app and the speaker series I think is pretty good. And there's a bunch of folks talking. I will be talking. I'm going to give it a plug at 1 o'clock. I think the 1 o'clock is my strength training for runners. And at 2 o'clock is my running at the mouth while running for my life, my noisy cancer comeback, which is fun. But the strength training for runners is something I think every runner should come and take part in, because it will help you do better and be better moving forward.
And then there is a course overview and you speak at like 2:30. So we kind of moved that up a little bit. Usually in the past it's been 3:30, but it's 2:30 now. So, and also I have happy hour from noon to 3 as well at my expo. So that's also happening.
It's supposed to be sampling, but we notice a lot of people stand around.
Yeah.
They're still sampling.
Yeah.
I think it's so funny how many people drink and drink somewhat heavily on a major race weekend. I mean, I might have a little sip here and there, but some people they down their beers and then they go run a great race. It's very impressive.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what other vendors I have coming. So yeah, there's packet pickup going on. Oh, I have a IV infusion, like mobile, like
Vibration
coming. So you can get a fusion on Saturday or Sunday, because they'll be at post race too. So if you need, I really believe in infusions, and like I need all the vitamins I can get, because I get sick every year after marathon because I'm not drinking enough water. I'm not even eating anything. I'm not really sleeping. So the past couple of years I've gotten IVs and it's like saved my life, I think.
Very interesting. Mm-hmm. Very interesting. All right. We are backtracking a little bit. Saturday morning, we actually have races.
Yes.
So we've got Rudy's Taco 1 mile. Tell us about that. Where do people go?
So the beauty of all this is it's all in one spot, as Creigh knows very well. The Rudy's Taco mile is right there where the yoga, where the shakeout run, where the entrance to the expo is. Everything is right there. And it's right on the street, the Rudy's Mile is. And it's an out and back. And Rudy's, just so you know, is a local restaurant chain, a Mexican restaurant chain here in the Quad Cities. So they're a sponsor of that event. And then when you cross the finish, you'll get a nice Rudy's 1 mile finishers medal. And then there's Rudy's tacos for you at the post-race party. You'll get some Rudy's tacos. And then they even have their own beer, craft beer called Brudy's beer. You get that also. And then on top of that, we have a Mexican band that's performing. So it's a lot of fun that Saturday morning at 10 a.m. with the Rudy's Mile. You get the medal, the nice out and back simple course, flat as could be, the Rudy's tacos, the Brudy's beer, and the Crooked Cactus Band performing.
I did hear that there might be an aid station that has tequila shots at it as well.
But that is unofficial.
That is unofficial.
Yeah. We can't stop them from doing that, but
No.
That's just what I've heard.
yes.
So unofficially, this is the greatest event, the greatest endurance event in all of racing. So excited to see that. And registration is still open for Rudy Taco 1 miler.
Yep.
I love it. I love it. And then right after that, what is it? At 12 o'clock is Happy Joe's Kids Micro Marathon.
Yes. We'll have that starts at noon, and we do different distances kind of depending on the ages of the kids, break them out. Littler kids doing like quarter mile, and then we do a half mile, and then I think we go to a mile.
Yeah, there's more.
For those kids. So Happy Joe's is the sponsor of that. So they'll have pizza. It's a good party for kids. It's nice.
Yeah.
And what are the ages?
We do.
Oh, there's little tots. 2 to 12.
2 to 12, I'd
Yeah.
say, yeah. Because
So
then at like
it's
10 to 12, then they're like, oh, do I just do this 1 mile or do I do a 5K? So I would say, yeah, like 2 to 12 or 2 to 10-ish.
Fantastic.
And they get a cute little medal too.
Oh, very cute.
Hey, I like
Creigh, what do you think about that medal? Think you can hang with
No,
kids?
they're rock solid medals. I was going to say earlier about the pump and run. I know one of the athletes who's close to me who did it, and she always does it, and she always loves it. And that's the first thing she talks about. I've got to get over to the expo. I've got to do the pump and run. I went, okay. And I didn't know anything. I mean, I really had not educated myself to it. I'm very familiar with it, and it is so much fun. And I think, Joe, what you just said earlier about the pump and run, sorry to get off on the medals, but the thing about that was that you don't know anybody, but they all love you all of a sudden. So the medals are great. The pump and run medal is huge. And then the kids run is just fabulous. And I don't think there's anything more fun than watching kids trying to pound out a quarter mile or a half mile or even a mile. And there's some pretty good milers coming to the race too.
Yeah, there is. There's some kids that are running 6-minute miles that are participating in the Rudy's Mile. Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Scrappy little things. Lots of very proud moms and dads and grandparents. It's a great day for the whole family. So if you have a child, don't feel like they have to be a jock. You can just have a child who's a child who likes to move their body and send them out, and we will make it as fun as humanly possible, so they will want to continue and try another race sometime soon.
That's great.
Okie dokie. So do we have anything else going on Saturday evening, or when the expo ends, are we mostly done?
That's pretty much it for the day. Then we're preparing for the next morning, and that's the big day, Sunday morning.
All right. So before we get there, let's talk about the parking situation, because that's always a hot topic on race weekend. So what do you recommend?
I'll jump in on this. Fitz, I've run marathons all over the United States. And I'm proud to say that at our marathon, everything is convenient. Everything is very, very cheap. Everything is safe. The parking is extremely close. I mean, you could say it's a quarter of a block away. This arena that we keep talking about, the vibrant arena where the expo is, where the race starts, where it finishes, the kids races, the Rudy's Mile, the shakeout round, everything is right there. We use their parking lot, and it's good to hold 12,000 participants that will attend the arena. Now, keep in mind, we've been anywhere from 4,000 to 6,000 participants. So here's a spacious, very convenient, free parking. There's no need to look for parking all over downtown Moline. You should park at the Vibrant Arena parking lot where it's free, it's safe, it's convenient.
Brilliant. Brilliant. That's a good reason for people to choose your race as is, because sometimes it's the logistics of getting to the race or getting home or such an ordeal. So that's cool. And folks can find those specific instructions on the app and on the website.
Yeah.
And let me say this, because we still do have a ton of people watching. Use the website, use the app. These two folks right down here that are already tired, they are going to be slammed for the next 5-6 days doing the must do's. So if you can be self-sufficient and gather the information where it already has been published for you, this will save, hopefully this plea will save you guys from an extra 1,000 unnecessary emails that will interrupt your forward progress on setting up the courses and the expo and so forth. So please, everybody, if you have a question, go straight to the app first, go to the website and dig around. If you don't find the answer, dig around some more, because the answers are probably there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Fitz, on our website. Go ahead, Creigh.
That's another, the speaker series, because if I remember correctly, Joe, you almost always do in the speaker series an overview of the course and things to look for, last minute suggestions and so on. And doesn't that usually wrap up the speaker series?
Yeah, it usually does. Yeah. And it's very important because especially for first timers at our event, to know how many aid stations there are, where are they strategically located? We have, we've got it all. We've got the energy gel. We've got the goose, the goose station, same thing. We've got fruits and candy stations. We've got Vaseline stations. Of course, the Gatorade and the water, the medical, the entertainment out there. There's a lot of things out on the course. And, we work hard at it. And you're right, Fitz. If we can avoid those texts and emails asking, hey, where is the expo? What time does the race start? Where can I park?
Where's packet pickup?
Yeah, where those?
Am I registered?
Yeah, yeah, and we answer them all.
I do.
We don't want to be rude. We'll answer them all, but you know what?
Even with a smile.
Well, you know what? That's why I can ask for you. I know you guys would never ask everybody, please just look at the website, but I'm the third party. So everybody, please just use the resources that are there. All these answers are already available to you. And if you can't find it there, just rewatch this show, because I think we're going to cover everything. Correct?
That's what I told my sister, because my sister said that she might be busy during this, and I'm like, well, then don't ask me any questions if you have something about the race.
Hey, it's going to remain on the Quad City Facebook page in perpetuity, so people can always just come back and rewatch it, even if they just want to see Cree's handsome face. Okay, whatever your reason, come back and watch the show. Cree's like, okay. So let's hit Sunday morning. Our first race kickoff is at 7. So I want to encourage everybody, plan to park your car no later than 6. Get there early. Race weekend is not the time to sleep in late and cut things close. You're coming to be a part of this race weekend because you want to be a part of the race weekend. The only time in the entire race weekend where we are all together is at the start line. If you miss that, you are missing out on something special. This is where we create a team. We become a family. We have lots of fun. Creigh and I are going to have a great time on our stage. We'll be playing great music. So park your car at 6 o'clock and get your tushy out and come be a part of this race weekend properly. Okay, from there, race kicks off at 7. What would you like to share? Which races kick off at 7?
So Yeah, the TBK Marathon starts off at 7 in conjunction with the Mel Foster Half Marathon, in conjunction with the Rock Valley Relays. They all start off at 7 o'clock.
Okay. Will there
With
be waves?
no waves. They're all together. And I failed to mention, we always start the race off with a Civil War cannon.
Yeah.
It's really cool. So our mayors are at the start line with the Colonel Mitchell will be there from Arsenal Island. So it's a cool thing to have these dignitaries there, say a few words, and be our official starters.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a very special ceremony. It's one I've always enjoyed managing. And the special thing about it is every one of these mayors, and okay, it's going to be a colonel. It's been a general sometimes too.
Yeah.
They are so pumped up about this event. And Fitz, you're going to just feel the energy. It is just quite extraordinary. And then is the TDK CEO going to be there? I mean, he has a new position, or?
Yeah, John DeDonker, he will be there. He's one of our dignitaries, and as you know, Creigh, he'll say a few words and he jumps down off the starter's platform because he's running the marathon.
Wow.
Yeah, he became a marathoner when he became a sponsor, coincidentally.
That's great.
Yeah.
Fitz, you're going to love it. I mean, that mass start. I don't know why Quad Cities is so unique. You know, with all these other events that have waves, this works perfectly. That start line empties out very, very, I would say, just in a very few minutes. And because I will say one thing about Quad Cities, people show up on time. I mean, we don't have a bunch of people going, hey, what time did it start? And so on.
Well, I always find it fascinating when 20,000 people get to the start line, do all the stuff, and they go. You'll go, and sometimes it takes 20 minutes for 20,000 people to scoot on by, and then 3 minutes later, there's this one person, and they're trying to put on their bib and they're running, and I think, where were you? Everybody else got here on time. What was going on with you? So people are funny, especially on race weekend, but I am super excited about it. So at 7 o'clock, we kick off marathon, half marathon, and relay all together. You won't be broken up. Just, if you're running one of those bigger distances, you are starting at 7. And at 7:15, we're kicking off the
Palmer 5K. Yep. So that's a race of its own. 15 minutes later, it's an out and back. Kind of, yeah. Yeah. So that's a good race. And that's well attended as well. That will not have the cannon start.
One of the fun things is Palmer Chiropractic. They always have that spine.
They do.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Yeah, so
it sounds very fun. A spine. What do you mean a spine? They have the spine.
The spine is they run like a spine.
Everyone's a vertebrae.
Yeah, there's 20. Yeah, and coincidentally, like the marathon 26, there are 26 vertebrae, and there's 26 adults, single file Fitz.
Like they're students. They're students at Palmer College.
But they have these like 6-foot vertebrae. Each one of them is a vertebrae as wide as your arms can go, and it's like a snake going through the course. And they go the full 5K and turn around and come back. It's really cool.
Spectacular. That's great. That's yeah. I'm excited to see that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Something else to look forward to. And again, we have registrations open for all of these races. So if you're listening and you're thinking, maybe. If you're bringing a family member, so say you're running a marathon and you're bringing your spouse or your whatever, just sign them up for the 5K. They can walk it. They can walk as slow as they want. There's a whole bunch of people out there who think there's some rule that you got to bend your knees and propel yourself off the ground. That is not a rule. There was no one out. Witty's not going to be out there with a whip.
No.
Yeah, run, right? Yeah. So get your family, get your friends to be a part. There's no reason they should just be sleeping in like slackers on Sunday morning. Register them, use the discount code, and they'll be so proud to walk away with all the swag. Now, before we go talk about the race, please show all the swag. I mean, it's appalling. Why did you do this? It's so good. So good. So run the river. You got your gloves.
Yep, gloves. These are like what we're known for. On anniversary years, everyone wants these gloves. They're the best running gloves. They're perfect. I don't know how much you'll use them in Florida. Creigh, you can use them in Colorado.
I use them.
You can use them Sunday morning, Fitz.
I will.
And you get a running, what do you call this? A running beanie.
Yeah.
But I like this. It's not with our new logo.
It's real thin. Like it'll be nice for like a fall run. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
Kind of looks like a swim cap, but it's like.
it's reversible.
Yeah.
And if you cut 2 holes out, it could serve as underwear.
Okay, there you go.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
For your teeny tiny little booty.
Yeah.
All right.
Then you get these cute socks that have our logo on them as well. So that's those 3 items.
So there's 6 items.
There's 6
Those
items,
3 items, the nice big finisher's medal, the poster.
Which each race, this was a question that someone said, does everyone get a medal? Yes. And each one says like what the ribbon is different and the size of the medal. If you run the marathon, it says marathon,
1 mile.
1 mile, Mel Foster half marathon. So I know this is really hard with the camera.
And then
Relay, and then Palmer 5K as well. So they all have separate, everyone gets the same medal, different sizes, different distinguished ribbon.
But it's 6 items, Fitz. Back to your point, 6 items, whether you sign up for the 1 mile or the 26 or anything in the middle, you're going to get the 6 items: the medal, the poster, the beanie, the socks, the gloves, and the long sleeve shirt.
It's kind of like a
whole wardrobe.
Yep.
We can literally dress you that day.
And just so you know, your registration isn't expensive enough for all of that. That's ridiculous.
No.
So well done.
Thank you.
No, it's true. I mean, one would think you were charging $349. I'm guessing.
No. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, we probably have one of the best post-race parties ever. We don't have tabs on your bib that say you get 1 beer. No, none of that.
No. But we like it when people Uber home.
True. Or have a ride.
And we highly recommend that. And we kind of look for that, you know. But we're very proud of that. Our post race party, as Witty said, is up there with some of the best ones, considering what you paid for dollar. And Creigh knows this very well, been there so many years. Dollar for dollar, it's a great value what we offer. You know, out on the course, the swag, the medals, the T-shirts, the post-race party, it's all one, and it's very important. They all play their role, and we take all that seriously.
Joe does high fives at the finish line. I mean,
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I do.
It's
And
great.
they're free high
that
five.
is a free high five.
I have to say the post-race party is probably one of the most well-attended, nobody leaves parties I've ever seen post-event at any event, even when it's been raining at Quad Cities.
Yeah.
People somehow, well, they of course go under a lot of the sponsor tents, but they, I mean, there's so much food that you get there that lunch is forgotten. You know, you just did lunch, you didn't know it.
Yeah.
Okay, so listen, we were going in order, and now we're totally at the end of the race. So we got to go back. So we all go. Cannon went kapow, and now people are on the course. What should they expect while they're running the marathon, the half, the 5K? Where are the water stations? Let's start there.
So you don't go more than 2 miles without a water station. So we have 15, I think it's 15 water stations, and just about every one of those has Gatorade with it. I think we have 4 or 5 goo stations. We have 2 fruits and candy stations. We have many entertainers out on the course. And when I say that, it might be a cheerleading squad, it might be a DJ, it might be a band, but there's entertainers and diversion out on the course. You know, I like to say that we have 5 races through the 4 cities over the 3 bridges. in the 2 states through the one island, the largest inhabited island on the Mississippi River. And I mean, we just do everything we can. And it's put on by, for the most part, we're a lot of runners, experienced runners that have been to other events and seen what we liked and brought it home and applied it to our events. So there's a lot out there on the course. Yeah, we're not a Chicago Marathon, but we're in a different caliber, and we're very proud of how we do this with our community.
Yeah, you know what I love about our running community is that it's traditionally built by a runner who said, "Gee whiz, I love doing this. I'm gonna create something in my neck of the woods for the people that live around me," and then it just grows from there, and it's from your heart, and it's from your passion from running, and yeah, I can tell that this is a very special event. Even before I've experienced it myself, I know I'm in for something great. There you go. You got so much love here. We didn't mention porta potties, and I got to tell you, for all of our coffee drinkers, that's probably one of the most important things on the course. Where are the porta potties?
So porta potties are strategically located throughout the course, but we have, for sure, keep in mind there's 4 relay transition areas out on the course where the relayers are handing off. And so there's porta potties at those transition areas. There's porta potties in between those transition areas. So there's porta potties out there. Again, you're not going to go more than 3 miles without a porta potty.
Okay.
Maybe less in most cases, but
And at the starting line, we have a lot of porta potties.
yeah, and so I think porta potty wise and aid stations, I think we're very good where we need to be. You could always say, well, we could put one at every mile, but keep in mind the marathon. It's logistically, it could be a nightmare to organize a marathon. So we do the best we can considering the terrain, and for the most part, it's very flat, speaking of the course, but there's a lot of aid stations out there that I'm very proud of with porta potties, the water stations, all those other stations. I mean, we're well off in that area.
And then Joe, what about first aid?
So we don't have static or stationary medics out there. We used to, because when you have a situation, what are the chances that you're going to be right where that medic is?
Right.
So we have bicyclists that are out there roving the course, looking for people in distress, and the ambulances are on alert on the Iowa side, they're on alert on the island, and they're on alert on the Illinois side. So, you just raise your hand or go down gently, I hope, and somebody's bound to be at your attention there within a minute or so, we hope. So that's, and the few situations we've had over the years, I'm very thankful and grateful that there hasn't been any real big tragic situations, over the years. So we're very lucky in that area.
Yeah, well, as we all know, it could happen anywhere to anyone, but I'm glad it hasn't happened at Quad Cities. I was going to ask you another question, and one of those, it just fell out of my head. It just went, oh, what flavor Gatorade?
It's always lime. We've tried different ones, but the lime doesn't seem to stain your white shirts as much. we have found. I don't know.
Okay, can't go wrong with that. And you do know where Gatorade was created, don't you?
No.
You don't?
The University of Florida.
The Gators?
Go
There
Gators.
we go.
What?
No.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was
Oh,
coming.
leave it to you, Fitz. Leave it to you. Well,
I am a proud Florida alumni 2 times over. But yeah, Dr. Cade created it to support our Florida football team as they were training 2-a-days in the hot Florida sun.
Well, they do need a lot of support.
Uh-oh.
I'll give you one of these. Yeah, no, it's great to be a Florida Gator. I just got to throw that in. So if there's any other Floridians or any Gators out there, I'll be looking for you on race day. Is there anything else we've missed that you would like to address? Creigh, Witty, Joe?
Well, I think Witty does. Witty, if I'm remembering correctly, you MC all the award ceremonies throughout the morning, correct?
No, I've assisted with it.
Okay.
But I'm trying to think. Todd's done it. Ian's done it.
I think we're kind of looking at you two to help us in that area this year.
We can help. Definitely help
like
with
they're
that.
More professional than me.
We're very unprofessional.
Yeah.
That is absolute nonsense. But yeah. No, but so there's award ceremony starting at 9 o'clock, and they sweep all the way through, till 11 o'clock. And Fitz and I could go back and forth. She and I'll noodle about that and figure it out. But the great thing about the awards stage, it's all the way behind the party, so you get to see everything. Where we are at the finish line, Fitz, you're kind of looking in the opposite direction, as you know. So it's not sometimes you literally look back and say, wouldn't it be cool to be back there? But
you know what?
So
I have so many races. I think that, like OC Marathon in California, they've got this raging party with this crazy band. I never get to see any of it. And then the funniest thing to me is when someone very kindly brings me a beer at the finish line, and I just think,
well, that will happen. I will promise you that you will be well attended by both the timing team for food and by Joe and Witty's staff. They are so ridiculously accommodating. I think it's the most gracious start-finish line I've ever been at. Oh, and I might get in trouble for saying that.
I'm happy to hear that, because sometimes I don't get fed. But I always think it's weird when someone brings me a beer, because I think, aren't I large enough? Like, does anyone need Fitz Kohler? Having beer on the microphone, this is just not a recipe for success. It's not. So I appreciate that, the kindness. But when the microphone goes off, I go in and get like the stale beer that's left over. But yeah, I'm really happy the runners get to enjoy this big party. They deserve it.
Yeah.
One of the things that they have, which I think is not done enough at other events. It's done certainly at some, but their PR bell is loud and proud, and it's got a centerpiece kind of nature to it in the party area, and it's just so much fun. And this may be when we're going to hear a lot of rings.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, Creigh. I forgot about the PR bell, and people, if it's your first marathon, you're allowed to ring that bell, because that is your PR. That's your base. But I do want to show you something else. This is our championship trophy right here.
Wow.
And it's a replica of
our new bridge.
And it's been under construction the bridge has been under construction for like 4 years.
Forever.
And this is the first year we get to run over this bridge.
Yeah.
And these are the championship trophies here. So that's pretty cool. Fitz, if I could mention our beneficiaries.
Yeah, of course.
So we're very proud. It's a two-part beneficiary. Our proceeds go to support prostate cancer, the prostate cancer initiative here in the Quad Cities. And that's part one. Part two is we splintered off, and we're very proud of this part too, is partnering with local children. As we mentioned earlier, we're outfitting hundreds of kids with brand new pair of running shoes, free entries, get them introduced into this sport. And, so we're taking care of the older gentlemen, we're taking care of the young kids, and it's a nice blend in our community. We just had a fundraiser last night at a local brewery, and tell them about that.
Yeah, so Crawford Brew Works, it's a brewery in Bettendorf. Which actually they're having an after party. And if you bring your race bib in on Sunday, they'll give you a buy one, get one beer. So that's kind of cool. And they're going to have a food truck there as well.
So they're doing a guest bartending series. And so the general manager, Tom, had reached out, like, because we were like, we want to be a partner with you guys. Like, I mean, I spend like every Friday there with my friends doing happy hour. My kids like know the bartenders. So anyway, but we did get guest bartending. And so we have like different running clubs doing it, different running stores doing it. Joe and I are bartending in October. Our marathon board is doing it as well. And so last night for our first event, I was like, oh, I mean, I had no idea. I had no expectations. I was like, we got there. There were so many people there and they raised over $1,000
in tips.
in just tips. That was just it. So all that money goes directly back to our Shoes for Kids program. So like, that's a lot of shoes.
Yeah,
that's my sister.
It's extraordinary that you get to do so many different good things for your community and bartend at your favorite bar.
Yeah, so it's super fun. Yeah, there's like 7 different dates coming up, so you guys will have to go and support. And if you buy their current beer on tap is Boot Camp Lager. Every beer that they sell, $1 of that goes back to our charity as well.
Okay, fantastic. All right. Last thing before we close, Joe, your message to your runners, and what is your favorite thing to do after the race is over? And I'm going to go step by step, but let's start with you, Joe.
My message to the runners is, number 1, I appreciate their participation. I'm grateful. Number 2, I want them to have a good, safe time out there. I like it when the runners thank our volunteers out on the course and our first responders, everybody out there that's donating their time. I really encourage that at the start of the race. Number 3, I want them to have a good time throughout, not just during the run, but at the post-race party, a feeling of satisfaction, of accomplishment. It was mentioned that I high five at the finish line. I'm very proud for this is our 25th year, and I'm proud to stand at the finish line and try to high five every finisher. And it's a long day, yes, but it's worth it, because for some people it might be their only marathon, it might be their last marathon, and for me to physically touch them with a high five, I get more out of it than they do, and I just really enjoy that. So please join me at the finish line, give me a high five.
There is a flat, Joe, at the expo, so you can do a picture as well.
A life size.
Yeah, life size. Like, they asked me how tall he was.
Yeah, that wasn't my idea.
It was my idea.
I love it. And then, Joe, what is your favorite thing to do as soon as the race is over?
Well, you know what? I like to once the race is over, everything's put away. I want to have a beer. I want to surround myself with my friends, my family, and just look back and see how the day went. And you often ask yourself, was it worth it? I mean, a whole year of planning for this one day, and it's over. It's done. And just that feeling of accomplishment, that it's over and done with. And you're already starting to think about next year, and you're still in that day, that one day. The day's not over, and you're thinking of next year. So that's what I do on race day.
I love it. Witty, what about you? What's your...
So I just cry all day because I'm so proud of all my friends. I'm in a training group right now, and so many of them are running their first marathon. So I cry a lot and hug all my friends finishing. See, I'm just getting teared up right now. I'm just just an emotional wreck all the time. Yeah. But that's I try to track all my friends. I said I wasn't leaving the finish line at all this year for anything. So if something happens, I'm not leaving. I want to see all my friends finish. I try to remember to drink water. I should set a timer for that. No, it's crazy to see it all come together, race morning.
but yeah, then you start thinking about next year already. But yeah, what I like to do afterwards, see my kids a little bit more,
Yeah.
read a book at night to them. So, but yeah, this week is always hard for me to see, like, not be around my kids. But yeah, that first like Monday home or Saturday morning, like I don't have a training run, and I'm like, yes, like not next Saturday.
Sleep in.
I have a 50-mile race, but maybe in October at some point I'm going to sleep in and
Eventually.
yeah.
Eventually. What about you, Creigh? Message to our athletes and your favorite things.
Yeah, I mean, I think, oh, by the way, Joe, you and I talked about that race in the, you see my friends from United behind me?
Yes. Yeah. In Denver.
We actually pulled it off. So we have to talk about that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
know
that's,
you did.
all right. So now
on the runways in Denver Airport.
yeah. So that was too much fun. I'll tell you all about it in Witty. But my message to the runners, I think Joe said something, you build and build, and Witty said the same thing. You build and you build and you build for this event, and all of a sudden it's over. And you look back and say, what just happened? Well, it's no different than training for your first race. And if it's a marathon, it's particularly apt that you train for months and you put so much energy into it, and it's never perfect. It's always something, you could do better, but you know that you put your heart into it, and then it's over. So I will tell the runners that if this is your first marathon or half marathon experience, or maybe your first race ever, and you run this and you see Joe there about to high five you, I'll lay odds, and you can take the over or under, that you might just start crying. Because my first marathon, I trained and trained and trained and trained, didn't go perfectly, but all of a sudden there was the finish line, and there was a race director doing high fives, and I just lost it. I just lost it, and I think that's the experience that you can look forward to as a runner, as an athlete. This, whether you are real fast or you're just trying to get it done, my hat's off to you. You're better than I am right now. I'm not out there racing with you, and I want you to have a great experience. I want you to just take it all in, take the expo in, but don't on Saturday walk around a lot. If you go to the expo, find a chair and hang out then, but don't leave all that energy on Saturday. Save it for Sunday, because you'll want to have it. So I wish everybody great success.
And post-race, Creigh, what do you do?
Me, I generally have to get on a plane, go somewhere else. But truthfully, when I've been there, I just decompress and treat myself to a very nice dinner. If I stay in Moline, there's so many great restaurants that I have been to that, typically I will have an amazing dinner in Moline, and not within a block of the hotel. So you know where I'm talking about. And so I encourage people, take advantage of the hospitality. Some of these restaurants, I remember on Saturday, put together special menus for the runners. They're not even affiliated with a race, and they just do things. Take advantage of that. Take advantage of the hospitality of Moline and the surrounding cities. It's worth every moment. You'll say, why didn't I come here earlier?
Fantastic advice. Fantastic. And then mine is simply for those who have any sort of nerves or fear in their heart. War is scary. Cancer's scary. You're just showing up to have some athletic adventure with a bunch of really cool people. Absolutely nothing terrifying about that. So if that's on your mind, that you're nervous, it's appalling. You should not. I've used the word appalling 6 times today. none of this is appalling. But yeah, this is not scary. This is fun. This is something you're choosing to do. This is something you have paid to do. So take that energy and turn it into excitement instead. You are about to do something fantastic. Whether you're doing a 1 mile or the 5K or the half, You're showing up to have a great adventure. And there's a whole bunch of people out there who really care about you, not only your race directors and your race announcers, but all these volunteers and the first responders and your fellow athletes. People are out there just, to not only succeed themselves, but to take great care of each other. So make this the most fun weekend you have had in Lord knows when. Keep a smile on your face. Even if it hurts, remember that it's a privilege to be on these roads, taking every step. Not everybody has the ability to take steps. And so be joyful about it. It's a gift. And man, this running community is spectacular. Joe, you do high fives. I give a heck of a lot of finish line hugs out. In fact, I love sweaty hugs and I love germy hugs, all sorts of creepy, stinky, stanky hugs. And if you want one, I'm out there. And in fact, I'm going to be new to Moline, so I know I'm going to recognize a ton of runners, but please introduce yourself to me. I like to make some extra friends while I'm there. I'm Fitz Kohler, and we can be BFFs. So we're going to wrap this up. Remember, download the app. Go to Android or Apple, whatever. Get Quad City Marathon app downloaded. All of the answers are in the app. Most of the answers are on the website. Make emailing Witty and Joe the last resort, meaning like your arm is dangling off and you have no other choice but to reach that. Do not email them about when do things start, where to park, yada, yada. Be responsible. You can do this. We believe in you. And they are going to put on one hell of a race weekend. Yeah?
Yes.
All right. All right. So you guys go to bed. Go get your stuff done. Get to bed. And we'll see you in Moline real soon. Oh, and before we leave, I'm going to play this. We're going to exit with our race highlight reel from last year. You ready?
Sweet.
All right. Everybody say goodbye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.